What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Dominic Rich and Football Pharoah to discuss the second round of CONCACAF 2022 World Cup qualifiers, the round before the Octagonal, the new Octagonal, where 5 teams, Jamaica, Honduras, Costa Rica, the USA, and Mexico, were all waiting, and we know the final 3 teams. Football Pharoah, how are you feeling today?
Doing all right, Dom. Thanks for having me on once again. And with round 2 wrapped up in CONCACAF, I'm ready to dive right in and see where the dust settled for round 3.
So, St. Kitts and Nevis were drawn against El Salvador, Haiti against Canada, Panama against Curacao. And we both got all our predictions right. We did.
3 out of 3. There you go.
Three out of three. So guys, just put hashtag respect in the comments because we deserve some respect for getting it spot on, man. Because we could have gotten 0 out of 3, but because we've been following this for a while and we know what's up.
Yeah. Dom and I we should confess, we have crystal balls. We look into our,
Yeah.
we're psychics.
Yeah, I have a blue snowball right here.
There you go.
Yeah, I use this as my crystal ball. So football fair, man. The first match in leg one, St. Kitts and Nevis 0, El Salvador 4. I've already spoken about this. Wait, was it you and I that spoke about this? Oh no, that was me. I did it by myself.
I don't think so. Do you want me to pull up like the stat sheet on that?
No, I mean, I remember talking about these, but I think I did them by myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember who the goal scorers were. Like I didn't.
Yeah, that's not necessary right about now. But I could also click. I could also click on these, and we had Rugama scoring in the 3rd minute, Perez in the 20th, Rugamas in the 27th, and Seren with a penalty in the 64th. Any takeaways from this game, or it's pretty much routine for El Salvador?
Pretty much routine. I think they lucked out by avoiding TNT. Like we mentioned before, when the first round was settled, I still would have favored El Salvador to come through against the Sulca Warriors. But yeah, this was the most straightforward of the second round fixtures. And El Salvador really kind of put this tie away in the 3rd minute of the first leg. St. Kitts and Nevis, they had an opportunity, I think, through Keith
Williams.
Roy.
No, it was Tequani Williams.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that was a horrible miss, man.
To pull one back, and I kind of wish they got at least a goal from this encounter, but wasn't meant to be. And then El Salvador, taking care of business at home, they could have made it a lot uglier, but they decided not to. So no surprise. But you know what? Congratulations to St. Kitts for being among the final 11 sides. It's historic for them.
Definitely. I actually thought I was watching Timo Werner playing for St. Kitts and Nevis. or Alvaro Morata, you know what I mean? Marcus Berg or one of them.
That's cold.
Listen, that was an easy tap in, but he missed it. He put it over the bar. And not many other chances for St. Kitts in the first game. I think Keith Roy Freeman is a very talented player, and I'm surprised he's not maybe playing in MLS or somewhere else. He's very good.
Yeah, he plays locally in St. Kitts for a club named St. Paul, I believe, right?
Yeah, he's very good. He's very good. So shout outs to Keith Roy Freeman. Big up. Keep doing your thing. So El Salvador winning that one.
And shout out to Timo Werner for flying out to Basseterre and St. Kitts and going back to the Euros within 24 hours. That's amazing.
Exactly. So El Salvador pretty much wrapped up the tie with that big win in the first leg. And they could start preparing for the Octagonal, which starts in September. It's going to be a very, very busy period between September 2021 and March 2022, where CONCACAF now has to squeeze in 14 games. Each team will be playing 14 matches. A lot of games to talk about, bro. We're going to be having a lot of content come this fall and come this winter. And we have the other game between Canada and Haiti. Haiti winning that game 1-0. in Port-au-Prince. That was courtesy of a goal by Kyle Larin. I spoke about this. Canada had a few other chances that they missed, or they were foiled by Johnny Placide. So Canada taking the advantage into their adapted home in Illinois, and we fancied Canada. Ben was the other guest. He fancied Canada to actually get through this. Of course, he's a Canadian fan, so he was very bullish on Canada's chances of making it to the octagonal. And we were spot on because Canada eventually went on to defeat Haiti 4-0 on aggregate. We're going to get to the second game pretty soon. So any thoughts on this first game, though?
It was a big win for Canada. It gave them a huge advantage heading into the second leg. And I know we'll get to the second leg in a moment, but yeah, we both got this prediction right. I said Canada was going to win both legs, and they did, and quite emphatically so. And they're into the octagonal now without having conceded a single goal. So, congrats to them. On this game specifically, I didn't watch it, but Canada, Haiti did well enough to remain viable heading into the second leg. It wasn't over like it was for St. Kitts versus El Salvador. But,
Yeah, I actually watched every single game. All 6 of the games, I made sure I watched it. I didn't realize I had the games on Paramount Plus. I have a subscription service called Paramount Plus that I used to watch the Champions League and the Europa League, and I didn't realize I had it. So I'm good. When it comes to World Cup qualifiers, I have it on the mobile devices. I could watch on my laptop and on my tablet, on my phone at the same time, because these games were overlapping. So I think Haiti played pretty well. Francie Pharoah had a few chances, even an acrobatic chance that was saved by Milan Boyan. And I think Haiti represented themselves very, very well at home, and they were unlucky not to get a goal to take into the second leg in Illinois. As for the Panama versus Curacao, 2-1 for Panama. And in that game, we had a goal by Quintero in the 55th minute, Waterman in the 77th minute to go up 2-0, but they allowed Curacao back in the tie with an 87th-minute goal from the big lanky striker Janga. Scored a tap-in after Mejia rebounded that shot. And I just want to make a statement about this Mejia keeper. I think his name is Luis Mejia or whatever. This guy is suspect. I just got to put it out there. He's suspect, and he's going to get exposed during the octagonal games, seriously, because he has to sharpen up big time, man.
Yeah, Curaçao's goal, it was savable.
It was.
He should have stopped it. Yeah,
it was. Did you get to watch this game though?
I saw highlights of the game and including the goals. Yeah, he should have made a much better effort there, and they could have ran out 2-0 winners.
Yeah, this game was the most exciting of the 3 first leg matches, which I did watch. And in Panama City, it was a rainy night, and the Panamanians came out and they looked really, really good. They have a midfielder by the name of Carrasquilla. This guy is very, very good. I was so impressed with that guy. He has like the big hair and everything, and he has a look of a potential star. So he plays in Cartagena in the second division over in Spain.
Colombia?
So
Spain.
Yeah, I actually thought it was Colombia, but
Cartagena,
yeah, it's over in Spain. So Panama took the advantage into the second leg. Canada did as well, and El Salvador. So now to the second leg where Curacao and Panama played to a 0-0 draw. I have a whole lot of notes written down here, which I'm not really going to refer to because I don't want to be too long-winded. But I have to say that Curacao were very, very, very unlucky not to pip Panama and get into the octagonal, because on the night, Curacao were the better team at home in Willemstad. They outplayed Panama, who looked a bit like they were reserved. They were more like they were very like they didn't want to overcommit at times, and for the first half, not many chances. Like both teams were being very, very cautious in the match, and then in the second half, like for the last 30 minutes, Curacao showed a sense of urgency, and Panama even got a penalty, and Eloy Room pulled off a big save. and it was like chances after chances for Curacao, and I don't understand how none of them went into the back of the net. I'm telling you, some ridiculous chances, and I'm like, they even hit the crossbar. There was even a ball came into the box where it was then headed across goal instead of towards the goal. Open header. There was another ball that flew over one of the Bacunia's head, and if he got a touch, it would have went in. It was so many close calls for Panama in the second half there, and Curacao are very, very unlucky not to go through. But as we assessed earlier, I didn't see Curacao as a team making it through. I like the Curacao national team, but when I saw that draw against Guatemala, I was like, nah, something's off here. You know what I mean? And they're not gonna have enough quality to actually beat this Panamanian team, who were very, very impressive and actually pulled themselves together late in the latter stages of the qualifiers. Your thoughts on Curacao not making it and Panama going through?
I think that this was going to be the tightest of the three fixtures. We expected it, and it was. I remember I had Panama going through on away goals rule, and in this game, it could have been Curacao who could have gone through on away goals rule. Very, 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 very fine margins. No, it's not surprising. I think that Curacao still are not at the phase where they need to be to really be making a case for World Cup contention qualifying. But this is another huge watershed moment, a step for them. Maybe the next cycle they'll have a better go at it where they make it to the final round. But this was one of those games where, as the game went on, you could tell Panama were playing for the draw, and they were just trying to get the hell out of there without conceding.
Yeah.
Panama's experience in grinding out these really grueling CONCACAF games, it won out, and that's why they're into the Octagonal, and they're going to have to up their game if they want to make it back to a second successive World Cup, because, as we saw their performances in the first round and their performance across these two legs, not entirely convincing, but they did what they had to do. They're going to have to step it up. For Curacao, congrats to them, though. The project is still going forward. It still goes on.
Definitely, they are showing promise, but for now, teams like Curacao and Suriname, to be real, to be a little harsh, these teams are like preemies, man. They got a long way to develop. They got a long way to go, and the fans are a little over enthusiastic, and they have to understand that things take time. There's the 2026 World Cup, and Curacao and Suriname could work towards making it to that event. Back to Panama, Harold Cummins, the defender, he was big on the night. Machado even came off the bench. But I think guys like Edgar, I think his name is first name is Edgar, but Basinas, as an experienced and, longtime member of the squad, he has to step up, man. In the first leg, he had so many chances that he kept missing, and then he got a penalty, and you missed the penalty in a game like this where you could have put the game to bed. Unnecessary. You see what I mean? So I think Panama has their work cut out for them in the Octagonal, and we just saw a glimpse of that against Curacao throughout the entirety of the tie. There's a lot more things we could talk about, but we're going to move on. But I think Panama actually benefited from appointing that Danish coach, Thomas Christensen. He looked like he has them playing a lot more organized and a lot better football, and the selection is definitely on point as well. So for the next game, man, where we got some serious... Look, before we talk about that game, let's just finish off the El Salvador St. Kitts and Nevis, where Joe Perez scored in the 24th minute and Mayen in the 87th. St. Kitts and Nevis fought really hard in this game. They tried. They even could have picked up a draw or even a win in this game, because they had a few chances, half chances nevertheless.
Wow.
But the El Salvadorian goalkeeper was hardly tested throughout the game. But St. Kitts put up a better fight on a bigger, better playing field, and they showed a little promise. El Salvador did get a lot of chances that they didn't take, but nevertheless, they were confident that they were going to make it through. But they have to be more clinical when they get into the Octagonal as well. So 2-0, 6-0 on aggregate. The Sugar Boys destroyed during this tie, but they can't hold their heads down. They have to go again. They put up a really, really good fight.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the U.S. men's national team knows its first opponent right off the bat in September. We're going down to San Salvador in Estadio Cuscatlán
Against El Salvador.
Yep. Crucial away game.
That's going to be a tough match.
It will. Yeah, those away games in Central America are always a pain in the ass, to be honest.
Yeah, I like that El Salvador has a natural grass feel. I don't like those artificial turfs. Just like the ball doesn't bounce right on those turfs. Maybe not all artificial turfs, just the ones that I see in the Caribbean though. They so dusty for some reason. I don't know why they're so dusty.
Yeah, when you look at the first leg between St. Kitts and El Salvador, I saw highlights of that. Wasn't able to watch the first leg, but the stadium was very subpar. And
yeah, but that is natural though. That is natural grass. But the one in Haiti was and the one in Curacao, those are artificial turfs. But then we know you see a lot of artificial turfs in Europe. But you don't really see the dust underneath kicking up like it does in those. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah.
Was it the Haiti game? Was it the Haiti game, the first leg, where there was like a patch of grass missing in front of the Haitian goal or something like that?
I didn't notice that. I really didn't notice that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. If anybody in the comments noticed anything, just let us know. And for the final tie, Canada 3, Haiti 0. Oh my God. Duverger. That own goal in the 46th minute. Haiti were holding their own. And I think they could have actually came back and scored a goal, because even though they had to make 6 changes compared to Canada's 1, and I think some of the Haitian players have visa issues where they cannot travel to America. Goalkeeper Placide is a big example. And I think that's the reason why maybe Haiti flunked in the end. But you got to give Duverger a lot of credit for some of those big saves he made. Because he made a triple save. There was a clearance off the line by Alcius. And they kept in the game. Even though Canada were the better team and Canada created more of the chances, they kept themselves in the game. But immediately after kickoff, this guy Duverger, it is one of the most comical own goals I have ever seen. And we're going to take a look at that own goal right now. I'm going to go to my Twitter, and I retweeted it. And we're just going to take a quick look so that I don't get any copyright strikes or anything. This is it right there. What was that?
That was a train wreck. That's what that was.
Listen, look at it again. What was this? What was that?
Possibly the worst own goal in the 150-year history of the sport.
That was the worst I've ever seen. That was bad. That was really, really bad.
Yeah, it looks like on the first miss, when it goes under his foot, he misjudged the pace. It was rolling a little bit faster than he anticipated. Oh my
God! I think he panicked. He shot the bed.
Expression that I say. It took me a second there. No, but we shouldn't be laughing. This is like devastating.
No. We shouldn't be laughing. But guys, this is entertainment. We have to take some time to be entertained. Football is entertainment. We got to laugh at these laughable moments, because this was a laughable moment. I don't mean to laugh at Haiti's downfall here against Canada. I'm laughing at that moment, which was avoidable. And I heard that he's Canadian born as well.
Oh, it just writes itself, doesn't it?
Rub salt in the wound. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's very unfortunate.
It is. And I think up until that point, Haiti kept themselves in the game. A lot of chances for Canada. they could have made to Rudo's missed chances, but Haiti they shot themselves in the foot with that. And I think after the own goal was conceded, their heads dropped a bit because you could being 2-0 down in the tie, you could understand. You could understand how the Haitian players were feeling here.
Yeah.
And we go right back into the match where Laren scored in the 74th minute. That was a clear-cut opportunity. And then Hoylett came off the bench where, well, for the Laren goal, that was a defensive error from a long ball. That was a long ball. Like, Canada was trying to break down Haiti with these nice passes and these slick moves. And it took a long ball, a Burnley, an Ireland national team, a Tony Pulis move to actually break down this Haitian defense. Long ball, bounce, the Haitian defender didn't deal with the bounce, and then Laren right there put it in past Duverger, who did pull off another big save after the own goal. So he tried, man. He tried. And then Hoylett shot off the post. He put in the rebound, 3-0, 4-0 on aggregate. Canada goes through to the Octagonal. This is good for Canada because, John Herdman's project is paying dividends finally. And, Canada haven't really been in contention to qualify for the World Cup in a very, very long time. Mm-hmm. And I think the last made it to the Hex, a couple cycles ago, and that's about it.
No,
but they have...
Yeah, 1998.
Yeah, that's a couple cycles ago. That's a few cycles ago.
Oh, yeah. I thought you meant like a couples and two. That's like five.
Yeah. But they've always been just outside of the Hex, though.
True.
That's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing. Maybe not a couple, several cycles. So the final 3 team in the Octagonal are known, and they are Canada, El Salvador, and of course Panama, who made their debut at the 2018 World Cup, and they are back. So, look, any final thoughts on these 3 teams in terms of how they looked going into the Octagonal? Like, how do you think they'll fare in the Octagonal amongst the best in CONCACAF?
How do I think El Salvador, Canada, and Panama will fare in the Octagonal? I think, honestly, if I were to give an early prediction now, I think it's going to be a little too much to ask for all 3 of them. I don't think either 3 of them will ultimately make it to the World Cup. Looking at the selection of teams in the Octagonal, I think on paper El Salvador might be the weakest. Panama, they made it last time. It's going to be harder this time with the expanded format. And with Canada, I just get the feeling maybe it's one cycle too soon, because I don't know if I trust them to go on the road and get those results away in those games in Central America against the likes of Honduras and Costa Rica, teams that they typically historically struggle against. But
yeah,
they're in absolutely with a chance with the kind of team that they have. And but if I'm giving my early thoughts now and trying to be as honest as possible,
let's not give it away too much, because we want to do a tier list on the last 8 for the people who know what we're talking about. So we don't want to give it away. But
what are your thoughts?
There's my thoughts are there's exciting times ahead in terms of us talking about the Octagonal. There's a lot of work to do because I want to take my time and put together a nice preview, and you and I are going to do a lot of content on this. And come September, match days, we'll be here talking about these matches and everything. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. I think I will give all 3 teams a fair chance in the Octagonal, seeing that, it's very difficult to travel away to Central America. So El Salvador, they haven't now until September to get their act together in terms of their best 11. Canada, we know they have magical players in their team. Alphonso Davies and Jonathan David. Those 2 players could take them a long way, and they have a nice foundation to work on. And in terms of Panama, we know they do have some talent. They have talent, and If they continue working, you never know what they can do, because the way they qualified for 2018, you see, no one expected that.
Yeah, sure.
You see what I'm saying?
They do it once, they can do it again.
Exactly. So you can't take your eyes off this Panamanian team. The teams that have to worry, I think, are the teams already in the hex. It's no team can breathe easy here. Not even Mexico. We could see 2013 happening all over again. Look at Mexico. They just lost the Nations League final to the USA. They barely beat Costa Rica. And they just played a friendly against Honduras and they drew, right?
Yeah, 0-0. Yep.
Exactly. So it's wide open. That's all I have to say in terms of the octagonal right now. I don't want to give it away too much.
It's going to be very competitive. It's going to be very competitive. Whoever makes the cut is going to be made to fight for it all the way till the end.
Definitely. Well said. So, Football Fair, was nice having you on again to discuss everyone's favorite confederation, the CONCACAF Confederation. We have been seeing some really high quality games lately. And look, it's good. At least we don't have a lot of competition in terms of who's talking about this. So whatever we put out, it will get seen. And it's very exclusive. You see what I mean? It's not out there like everyone's watching the Euros. We get to this is VIP. CONCACAF is VIP, all right? If you understand what I'm saying, guys, you know. it's pretty much VIP because hardly anyone else outside of CONCACAF really care. They don't. Do you agree with that?
I agree with you. Yeah, and look, we're both a couple of nerds. We love this stuff. We eat this up. We know that a lot of you who tune into these videos, CONCACAF related stuff, you enjoy them as well, and we're glad that you enjoy them. So we'll keep on making it as long as we're able to.
Exactly. So, Football Pharaoh, tell the people where they can find you once again.
Yeah, you can find me on my YouTube channel, Football Pharaoh, and you can also find me on Twitter, where I'm pretty active. Football Pharaoh at Soccer Pharaoh. That's at soccer _ Pharaoh. And yeah, that's all I could say. Thank you for having me on, as always, Dom.
Well said, man. It's lovely to have you on. And we'll be doing a lot more collaborations for 2021. It's been a long time coming, man. We wasted a lot of years, but at least it got to build up to this, which, you know, when I got everything together in terms of the live stream and setup and everything. So, you know, sometimes it's just good to be patient. So, guys, thanks for watching. Subscribe to both of our channels if you're new. Like the video if you like it. All the best to all 8 teams in the octagonal. And from Football Fair and I, until next time, peace out. Rich Squad.
The Ocho.
Peace.